It's a very interesting pasuk at the end of the parsha. After the parsha tells us about the count, the census of all the Jewish people, that Rashi tells us that Hashem says, Mitochi basan, because He loves Bnei Yisrael so much, He counts them constantly. He counts them now. He counts them in Parshas Pinchas. It's actually called Chumash HaPekudim, numbers in English, because of these counts that exist. At the end of the parsha, and the Torah also tells us about the jobs of the families of the Levium. The Torah at the very end of the parsha says, "Vayidaber Hashem al Moshe ve'al Aaron lemar." Hashem speaks to Moshe and Aaron saying, "Al tachrisu es shevet mishpechos hakeosim mitoch halvim." Do not wipe out cut off the family of Kahas from amongst the Levium. V'zos asu lahem v'chayu v'lo yamus. This is what you should do, and that they will live and they will not die. Begoshtam as kodesh kodeshim, when they come to the kodesh kodeshim. Aaron and Vanav Yavo v'sam so each person has to do their job. Why would I think that Shevet HaKahasi, that the family of Kahas would be wiped out? The Torah said tell us, Al Tachrisu, do not be concerned and do not wipe out the Shevet of the Kahasi. What could they possibly have done that was wrong, that was inappropriate? What was the job of the family of Kahas? The different families of the Levim had different roles, and the job of Kahas was to carry the kelim of the Mishkan. When the Mishkan would go from place to place, they had to take all of the utensils, all of the holy things that existed in the Mishkan, and carry them from place to place. Says the Medrash on this pasuk, Al tachrisu shevet mishpachos hakeosi, mitoch shayodin shekol mi shetoin ba'aron scharo meruba, hayu menichen es hashochan v'amnor v'mizbachos. It says there were different things that had to be carried. There was the mizbeach, the altars. There was the menorah. And there also was the Aron. And when they realized that the one who carries the Aron, the Torah, has a special zechus, has a special merit, and will get tremendous reward, everybody wanted to carry the Aron. And what would happen? They left. They left it on the side. And they all ran to get the schar for the Aron. And they would fight over it. And it was a desecration of the kelim of the mikdash, that they left them on the side and they didn't seem to care enough about them. Rav Pam in his Atar L'Melech points out that this characteristic and this narrative that the Medrash is giving over is actually one which sometimes comes up in our lives. He calls it the Mishkal HaChasidus. There's a balance, there is a calculation that needs to be weighed in terms of our mitzvah performance. He quotes from the Ramchal, Yesod Gadol B'Darchei HaChasidus Od Inyani Karim Me'od Me'od. You have to be very careful to balance and to think about the pros and the cons. That just because I'm trying to do that which is holy and that which is special, I can't do it at the expense of something which is inappropriate. If I'm going to try and make sure to do that which is holy, but at the same time I'm going to desecrate something else, that is inherently flawed. It says to do chesed for one person and it's going to be detrimental to somebody else, that's not the proper mishkal hachasidus. That is inappropriate conduct. And that's exactly what the Torah is warning here when it comes to Shevet HaKahas. Yes, everybody wants to do that which is holy. Everybody wants to do that which is special. But realize to fight over it, to get into a fight over doing something which is holy, something which has Kedusha, takes away from that which makes it special. It's almost you have two people fighting over the Amud. This one has Yertzai, this one has a different Chiyuv. They're going to fight over. That's going to be a Zechus for the Neshama. It's clear that the bigger Zechus Neshama is Shalom, but sometimes we get blinded. There's a certain kavod, there's a certain honor that comes to it that we want to be part of it, and we don't always think clearly in terms of this calculation to make sure that whatever we are doing is being done in a clear and beautiful way, and that is even if you have the opportunity to carry, as Shevet HaKahas did, the incredible kelim of the Mishkan, something that needs to be weighed. When we're going to approach an opportunity for a mitzvah, we need to make sure that it is clear that we are only doing the mitzvah. And that if there's anything else that's going to be a negative, to take that step back and to realize maybe it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And that there's sometimes some agenda that we may have, or some personal agios, personal perspective that we are bringing to it, which makes it inappropriate. And that is what the Torah is reminding us over here. Opportunities to do mitzvos are special, but we need to make sure that they are being done in a pure way, in a way that doesn't impact negatively anybody else. And those are the mitzvos that are beloved in front of Hashem.